All right, so as all of you know, a couple of weeks ago, every single one of us collectively as a community went ahead and took part in the brick rod hunt. And honestly, I would go as far as to say that that was an absolute success because we had literally everyone in the community fully invested on trying to crack this entire thing so that way everyone can get their hands on the brick rod. Now, as many of you know, just yesterday, we went ahead and had the whole entire volcano eruption, which for the most part was sort of like the centerpiece for the entire update yesterday. But mixed in with all of that, we also got ourselves a lot of secret messages spread around, as well as our very first bunker finally being actually opened with something inside. Now, honestly, at first, every single one of us that entered inside of here, even when we were on the live stream, we pretty much came to the conclusion this was just kind of like a little bit of an Easter egg room where over time we would be getting more information inside of here, maybe a couple of pictures, just with kind of like the staff members memeing and stuff. But it turns out that might not be the case, and this might be the very first step into something absolutely massive. Before we actually get into breaking this entire thing down and giving you more context, let me show you guys something that was posted a couple of hours after the update dropped today. All right, so here we are inside of the Fisch Discord server, more specifically in the leaks channel. Our good buddy Pluto went ahead and posted at 5:59 p.m. So again, many hours after the update went ahead and dropped, where he basically just said, uh-oh, like that's it. That's all he said, just uh-oh. Now for the first bit of this, I'm going to play it with audio. I'm going to completely shut up so you guys can listen to this. All right, chat. So come on, like, I don't think I really need to explain more. If we sort of go ahead and stop the footage right here, the first thing that you're going to notice is that this is inside of the room. More specifically, it is this shot right here. If you take a look, down here is the desk. Here is the picture of the 3 developers. And on the wall over here, you have the teaser picture for Mariana's Veil. What's interesting, though, is that on the wall, there's a handprint that says, "This is your last warning." Then, of course, there's a body on the floor with a Mila cat on top of it and sort of like crime scene tape all over the place. I truthfully believe that this is the very beginning to what could be a pretty major hunt within the game that's far more detailed than what we saw for the brick rod hunt. Remember, the brick rod hunt was kind of just like an impulse thing that they came up with because we sort of just all started talking about the brick rod and we basically like just forced them to do it, in other words. But this, on the other hand, is something that they may have been planning for quite some time now, and it might finally be the answer that we've been looking for regarding the actual bunkers that are spread out through everywhere. Now, I say bunkers spread out through everywhere, but realistically, we all know there's only one more, being the Terrapin one. Now, let's go ahead and give you guys the full breakdown on what we pretty much know so far, because as you guys know, with that update yesterday, we also got the introduction of a whole lot of these secret messages written around everywhere. Now, more specifically, this one here is not really of importance, but I am going to include it in the video because it is a starting step on pretty much how to decode all of the other ones. So let me give you guys the full breakdown here. Again, we're at Birch K right now, right next to the bunker, right outside. You're going to go ahead and sort of zoom in here. You'll see the lettering. If you were to go ahead and write all of this down and find yourself an @bash cipher decoder, I basically went ahead and copied the entire thing, put it into here, and then decrypted it where it says the lava incident, the whale incident. Everybody say it with me. Carbon is a noob. This is sort of misspelled because I put the lettering a little bit wrong. I was supposed to put the Z in the second spot and the X right before it. So now when we decrypt it, it says Carbon is a noob. So again, this one is not really of importance. It's just another way of making fun of me for the whole whale incident. But it does now give us the key at the fact that a lot of these hidden messages are decoded with an @basher cipher. Now here we are at Atlantis because there actually is a code that was added inside of here, which I'm going to be honest, I personally haven't seen it before, but if for some reason you have already seen this prior to the update and maybe I just completely missed it, then let me know in the comment section. But basically, I went ahead and jumped right up here. So just as a reference point, it is basically where the entire puzzle that needs to be done with 2 players is located at. You climb all the way over, and right back here, there's like a little ledge that has writing on the wall. I have never seen this before, and I'm really hoping that for the last 3 or 4 weeks, this hasn't just been casually sitting there. But again, I went ahead and grabbed this, put it into the decoder, and then we're going to click decrypt, and it says, "A crash beneath the waves, gnarled teeth line her jaw. Those who seek this terror sure are destined to fall. Now, out of context, I feel like a lot of this doesn't really make a lot of sense, which is why I'm sort of kind of collecting everything that I'm finding and why I'm sort of even making this video, because I need you guys to be out in the hunt, looking to see if maybe there is more of these secret codes everywhere, because I feel like there's something much larger that we sort of need to go ahead and put together to see what it says as a whole. Now, for the next location, we went ahead and showed this during the live stream. It is up here on top of the volcano, more specifically right next to the bench that has the book and the flower. On the right hand side over here, you're gonna find this text here on the wall. For this one, same concept. We go ahead and paste it into here, and it says, a shadow moves beneath the surface, too many shadows, too many heads. Now, I have been seeing your comments because you guys have been sending me pictures of all of these secret messages around everywhere. Some of you are sort of torn between it being Cthulhu, while other of you are sort of saying that it might be a Hydra. Right now, I have absolutely no idea what it could be. What I do know is that it can walk on land, and somehow it made it inside of that office, and it took out whoever is behind that desk. But anyways, let's keep moving because we have more codes to go over. Now, for the next one here on the list, we need to continue climbing up the volcano all the way to pretty much the very tippy top. So you get to pretty much this point where there's a catwalk, not to confuse with the one on the lower level being pretty much that one right there. Once you're up here, just go ahead and walk a little further down, and you're going to notice this little tiny code right here. When decrypting this one, it says avoiding one danger only to fall into another. Now, this could potentially mean the volcano, or it could be referring to maybe the Kraken. Not 100% sure. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. But there is one other code that's available as of right now, and this will pretty much sum up all of the codes that we have available to us at the current moment. Now, for this one, it's actually pretty interesting because we're basically traveling back to an old area where, if you guys remember, before Atlantis was released, we were getting codes in this one specific spot over and over and over again every single week leading up to Atlantis. But then close to like the end, I want to say like the last 2 weeks, it just kind of stopped. Like we never really got anything else written here on the wall. Fast forward to the release of Atlantis, we end up getting the Kraken, which we now know had absolutely no relation whatsoever to pretty much Echidna, which was what all the other messages were kind of telling us. But if you come over here now, there's a brand new message. Decoding this one says, have you forgotten about her? So throughout this entire time, the messages that we were receiving on this rock had absolutely nothing to do with Atlantis and everything to do with whatever hunt it is that we are currently in the process of doing. I don't know if this is by far the most genius hunt that we've ever done, or if potentially that plan was kind of scrapped and then they decided to push it to this update. Either way, this is what we're pretty much working with right now, which is kind of crazy because it all sort of stems out of this room right here. I have so many questions on whether during this week coming up, if we're going to maybe get a mini update and we're finally going to see that little teaser that was shown in the leaks added inside of this room. Are we going to have to wait till Mariana Vale drops in order to get more information on this entire hunt? I am literally clueless right now. Does something need to happen? Do I need to come back over here at a specific time? What do I do? I feel like I have more questions right now than answers. And because I have just about a microscopic brain, I always sort of resort to you guys for help because apparently every single person in my channel has a PhD, and I'm totally okay with that. But the reality is that we do need to keep something like that in mind. For the Brick Rod event, we had to basically go to a specific island on a specific season during a specific time of day with fog activated also. So all of these things are just sort of eating my brain alive right now because we may actually have to do all of that in order to trigger whatever was posted inside of the leaks. I don't know, chat. Maybe I'm looking too deep into this. It is currently 1 o'clock in the morning for me as I'm recording this video. And the more I'm reading all of your DMs and the more that I'm looking into this, the more my head is hurting. So I think I'm going to just go ahead and leave it right here. I will absolutely 1000% be reading the comment section as soon as I wake up. Fingers crossed we have more steps to this that you guys go ahead and discover. But as always, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel. We do daily fish content here and you absolutely do not want to miss it. With that being said, man, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.